Welcome back to AdKit tutorials. In the last 3 videos, we have been implementing different ad formats into our real-world game. And in this video, we are going to implement one last feature, and this will be option for user to remove ads from the game. But before starting working on this feature, it's time to check how everything is working. So let's enable our all ad formats in the manager. We want to enable interstitial and banner ads. After that, let's go back to our main menu scene, which is in Space Adventure Scenes folder. Great! Now if we try to launch play mode, we are getting our banner ad shown right away. If we enter our game scene and crash into a rock, we can see that interstitial ad wasn't displayed. That's because it still has ad break from the last time. If we check our console, we are getting a message that interstitial ad was not requested because it still has a request ad break. But we are getting our rewarded ad loaded because we have set to end ad break every time user exits the game. So let's press our continue with the rewarded ad button. Our rewarded ad will be displayed, and if I finish this video, then I will receive a reward that lets me to continue the game. Let's try crashing into a rock one more time. Now we are getting our continue with coins button because our rewarded ad has active ad break and was not loaded. Also, we can see that interstitial ad still has ad break for this request, but if we try to restart our game, once again if I crash into the rock, we are getting our interstitial ad displayed, and that's great. So now we got all our ads up and running in our project. Let's add one more feature which will allow user to remove those ads from the project. Alright, first we need to add new button that user can press to remove ads. Let's navigate to UI, main menu, and select menu game object. Here we can find our bottom buttons game object that we have created when we integrated banner ads. Let's expand this game object. Here we got our 2 active buttons, but there is one more button called middle button that is hidden and has no function attached to it. Let's enable this button so that we could use it. So this is going to be our remove ads button. In this case, I will rename it to more accurate name. Great! Also we need to change our button icon. Let's expand this button, and here we can find image child. Let's select it and change its icon. I will search and select remove ads icon. Image looks a little bit too small, so I will expand its height and width to 70. Great, but there is one more problem that occurred when we changed our button name. Let's open animation window. I will drag it to the bottom of the screen so that we could see what the problem is. I will select bottom buttons game object, and if I try to play animation, we can see that only 2 buttons are moving, while our middle button is staying in one place. That's because we have changed our button name, and down below we can find our missing button fields. That's because this animation cannot find game object with the name middle button, so we need to change it to our new name. Let's double click on the field, and now we can edit our new button name. Let's rename middle button part to remove ads. Here we can see that field color changed right away, and that's because animation has found game object with our provided name. Let's do the same thing with another field. After changing its name, we can try to play our animation. And as we can see, now all 3 buttons are responding to our animation. Great! Now we got our new remove ads button displayed and animated. It's time to make it functional. For this, we are going to create a new script in scripts folder, which I will call remove ads. I will attach the script to remove ads button. And now let's open our new script. Here I will delete all the default functions because we are not going to use them. And now I'm going to create a public function which I will call remove banner and interstitial ads. I'm not going to remove rewarded ads because user has an option to select whether he wants to watch an ad or not, while banner and interstitial ads are shown no matter if user wants it or not. To remove our ads, we are going to use function that is provided by AdKit plugin, so I will need to include AdKit plugin. Then we can start writing AdKit functions. First, I will remove our banner ads by calling AdKit general remove banner ads function. Then I will remove interstitial ads by calling AdKit general, but this time I will call remove interstitial ads function. And that's basically all we need to do. Sure, you probably want to integrate some kind of purchase option, whether it would be in-app purchase or different digital coins which user has to pay in order to remove ads. For now, I just want to explain how to remove ads from the project, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Great! The last thing to do is to attach our new function to our button on click event. To do that, let's go back to Unity Editor. Here we need to select Remove Ads button. And in onClick event field, we need to add our new created function. So let's drag our remove ads game object to the empty field. And here I will select remove ads, remove banner and interstitial ads function. Great, so basically when user press remove ads button, it will call our remove ads function, which will remove banner and interstitial ads completely from our project. When we remove banners, once again, we will get this big space between the bottom of the screen and the buttons. So to fix this, we need to call our change bottom buttons position function. So I will attach game object which has our bottom button script and call change position function, which amount I will leave to 0. Now when we press remove ads button, it will remove ads from the game and reset our bottom button's position. Alright, if we try to launch play mode, here we can see that we are getting our banner ad displayed. If I select to start the game, in the console we can see that our interstitial ad was indeed instantiated, but it has active ad break, so request was not finished. But after one more request, it would show the ad again. Let's go back to our main menu scene. Here I am going to select to remove ads from the game. If I press the button, we can check our console for new messages. Here we can find that our active banner ad has been destroyed and successfully removed from the game. Same happened with interstitial ad. We can see that active interstitial ad has been destroyed and completely removed from the project, which means if I try to enter game scene, I will receive an error saying that interstitial ads have been removed from the game. And that's great news, but we are still getting some strange errors. First, we are trying to access banner ad, but it was not initialized. Then we are trying to instantiate and request interstitial ad, but this action cannot be done because interstitial ads are removed from the game. So let's fix those errors right now. First, we need to quit play mode and navigate to bottom button script. Here we are checking if banner ads are enabled. Then we are making additional checks and changing bottom button's position. Well, our banner ads are indeed enabled, but they were removed. So anything that happens in this statement is wrong because it cannot access any banner ad. To fix this, we need to add extra condition to our statement. To check this, AdKit provides additional functions that will receive the state of specific ad format. So we need to check if banner ads are not removed. So I will add an exclamation mark at the beginning. Now it says if banner ads are enabled in the project and they were not removed, only then do some changes. The same error appears on interstitial ads, so let's navigate to our ad controller script. And here we are checking if our interstitial ads are enabled, and this statement will return true, while it should return false, because we have removed our interstitial ads from the project. So to fix this, again, we need to add extra condition to check if interstitial ads are not removed from the project. Great! Now we are going to instantiate and request interstitial ads only when they are enabled and not removed from the project. Now if we try to launch our project again and navigate to game scene, as we can see, all the errors are missing and only rewarded ad is being requested. Fantastic! Now we got completely working remove ads function in our project. If we try to launch our project again, we can see that banner ads will not appear on the screen, and if we check our game scene, we can see that only rewarded ads are requested. But we still got one more problem to fix. Let's crash into our rock and get back to main menu scene. At the moment, ads are removed from the game, but as we can see, we still have Remove Ads button showing up. And that's not what we want to see if the ads are already removed. So let's create a function that will hide this button if the ads were removed. To make this happen, we will need to go back to Remove Ads script, and here, when we remove our banner and interstitial ads, we need to provide one more function that will hide our Remove Ads button. So I will call function which will hide our button when it was pressed. But the problem is that this function will be triggered only once, when button is pressed. And if we reload our scene, Remove Ads button is still going to appear. To fix this problem, we need to check if the ads are removed when our scene is loaded. So first, we need to create a function which will be called when scene is loaded, and it will be Unity default start function. In this function, we need to make an if statement and check whether our banner or interstitial ads are removed from the game. If it's true, then hide our Remove Ads button. Great! So now when we press Remove Ads button, it's going to remove ads from our project and additionally hide our Remove Ads button. After that, when we reload our scene and check if the ads were removed, we are going to hide Remove Ads button once again. Alright, it looks like everything is done. Let's check our new function. We remember that we have already removed the ads from the game, so if I enter play mode, Remove Ads button should be already hidden. And as we can see, there is no Remove Ads button. Great! Now I would like to mention one last thing before ending this tutorial. If I navigate to Settings menu and select to Reset Game Progress, after reset is completed, we can see that there is no banner ad at the bottom of the screen, and there is a specific error saying that banner ads was not initialized. That's because our bottom button script is trying to access our banner ad, which is requested only once when Scene Manager is initialized, but we have destroyed banner ad when user selected to remove ads. So how we get back our banner ad up and running after selecting to reset our game progress? There are 3 ways to fix this problem. First, we can restart the game and banner ad will be created again when Scene Manager is initialized. Second, we can disable Show at Initialize field in the banner profile. In this case, we will need to call our banner ad in ad controller script like other ad formats. And the last one is to destroy and reinitialize our Scene Manager when player wants to reset the game. So let's say we want to reinitialize our Scene Manager after game reset. First, we need to find our reset function, which should be in Settings script. I will open this script, and down below we can find our reset function, which is called when the reset button is pressed. Here I will add additional function that will destroy Scene Manager when user wants to reset game progress. I need to provide my script information that I'm using AdKit. Now if user press reset button, it will destroy AdKit Scene Manager and only then reset all the settings and reload the scene. But before scene is loaded, we need to reinitialize our Scene Manager. So let's create a new script, which I will call Scene Manager Controller. Then in the inspector, I will create a new game object, which I will call the same as my new script. And I will attach the script to this game object. Great, let's open our new script. I will delete all the default functions, and now we need to initialize our Scene Manager before anything else. So I will create a wake function which is called before Unity start function. Because we are going to work with AdKit plugin, we need to implement it to our script. Let's initialize our Scene Manager when scene is loaded. But in this case, it will initialize Scene Manager every time new scene is loaded, and that's not what we exactly want. We want to initialize Scene Manager only when it's not existing. And in our case, it will be only when user selects to reset game progress. So we can check if Scene Manager is initialized in the project by calling AdKit general is Scene Manager initialized function, which will return true if Scene Manager exists. But we want to initialize only when it's not existing. So we will invert our condition to become true only when Scene Manager is not initialized. Great! So now we can test our new function and check how it works. Let's get back to the editor and enter play mode. I will select to remove ads from the game, and if I select to reset game progress, in the console we can find that our old scene manager has been destroyed and new one was initialized, and alongside with initialized scene manager, our new banner has been instantiated, requested, and displayed, and no more errors about missing banner ads in our project. So now we got fully working real game template that has integrated ads. One last step is to build and launch our game on device. Also, we are going to provide built game for Android with both real ads and AdKit provided interactive ads, so that you could check how everything is working in the final project. And that's all we wanted to show for you. I hope now you got some understandings on how AdKit plugin works and what powerful tools it can provide. If you still have any questions or ideas how to improve our plugin, you can always find us on Unity forums, Discord, or just ask it here in the comments. So that's it, and good luck with your projects.